Sustainable development is the idea that human societies must live and meet their needs without compromising the abilities of future generations to meet their own needs, and implies a balanced relationship between natural and human systems. Also, to achieve harmony between human development and natural by using the existing built environment and integrating new development with natural context. Social sustainability is a process of creating sustainable, successful place that promote well-being by understanding what people need from the place they live and work. Environment sustainability to conserve natural resource and to develop alternate source of power while reducing pollution and harm to the environment. Environmental sustainability will involve replanting forests, preserving wetland, and protecting natural area from resource harvesting. Economic sustainability, an integrated part of sustainability, and means that we must use, safeguard, and sustain resource to create long-term sustainable value by optimal use, recovery, and recycling. In other words, we must conserve finite natural resources today so that future generations can cater to their needs.
The world is facing social problems like racism and discrimination. To maintain a good life, it is important to solve these problems. There are 4 dimensions of social sustainability. The first one is equality and diversity. We must assess the needs from diverse groups and ensure that each group is given equal opportunities in workforce and education, regardless of race, gender, and religion. The second dimension is quality of life. Housing, education, and medical support should be accessible for all classes of society by making it affordable. The third dimension is social cohesion. Each diverse group should be given the right to participate in society and have their voices heard. This would help people to understand and respect different cultures. The last dimension is democracy and governance. Governments should ensure that diverse groups live harmoniously. They must provide the budget and resources needed to uphold social sustainability.
Among the environmental problems faced by the world is air pollution. Air pollution is any physical, chemical, or biological change in the air. It is the contamination of air by harmful gases which affects plants, animals, and humans drastically. There are several ways to control air pollution, such as carpooling. Moreover, use a clean energy resources such as solar and wind. The last and the best way is tree plantation. Plants and trees reduce a large number of pollutants in the air. Ideally, planting trees in areas of high pollution levels will be extremely effective.
Among the economic problems faced by the world is poverty. Many people in our world live in poverty. According to the United Nations Development Programme, 2 out of every 5 people on the planet live on less than $2 per day, and 1 of every 5 people live on less than $1 per day. Ending poverty is essential for economic sustainability and development, as it also helps overcome world hunger, improving the quality of life of people around the world. So, how can we solve world poverty and ensure economic sustainability for the world? One long-term solution to global poverty is to support fair trade so that poor farmers receive fair rewards for their labor. Fair trade ensures that farmers are paid a decent wage for their product. Another solution is to provide basic tools for people who have nothing to lift themselves out of extreme poverty. For example, Muslim Global Relief provides farmers with tools and seeds while training them in sustainable practices. We as individuals can also have a big impact on poverty. Here are a few actions we can take. Firstly, support businesses that are environmentally sustainable and that provide workers with fair wages, safe working conditions, and benefits such as health insurance. Secondly, volunteer with homeless shelters, food banks, and other social service organizations that work to reduce the impact of poverty locally.
United Nations plays a role as an international organization that purposely to preserve international peace and security and to sustain the worldly affairs. The United Nations does this by working to prevent conflict, helping parties in conflict make peace, peacekeeping, and creating the conditions to allow peace to hold and flourish. In September 2015, the General Assembly adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, includes 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Building on the principle of leaving no one behind, the agenda objectives to promote an active dialogue with a view to create a better world for persons with disabilities. 17 Sustainable Development Goals to transform our world which are no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, followed by affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, responsible consumption and production. Climate action, life below water, life on land, peace and justice, strong institutions and lastly partnerships to achieve the goal. Achieving the SDGs require the partnership of governments, private sector, civil society and citizens alike to make sure we leave a better planet for future generations. Together make a better world.